What's up, heroes? My name is Sylarclone, and welcome back to Ethereal Enigma. It's still that first day of school, and how are we going to explain Aerelon coming into everybody? But I don't give her a chance to reply before opening the door and entering the house. Auntie Miko, Uncle Hajime, and Mina are together in the living room. Upon my entry, Mina is the first one to greet me.
Finally! Weren't you just hanging out with Kosei? What took you so long?
Bros were doing bro stuff. Oh, and this girl fell from the sky. Sorry, I just came back from the airport. Mina freezes when she notices Erilynn.
Is that a girl?
Yes.
Mother, father, you see this, right? I'm not going crazy.
Come on, cuz, that hurts. Aunt Emiko and Uncle Hajime look over her curiously.
No, sweetie. We see her too.
Auntie, you too? Mina squints.
Okay, good. I thought I was going crazy because not only is there a pretty girl here, but those clothes are really unique.
This attire happens to be my...
I told you not to speak. Cosplay outfit. Good save. Erilynn stares blankly at me. I motion for her to go along with it. Please do.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mina takes another look, clearly impressed.
Did she make that outfit herself? The level of detail and craftsmanship is impressive. The material looks so high quality too.
Erilynn grins, smoothing out her dress.
How very kind of you to notice. It was woven from the finest silks by the palace seamstresses.
I told you not to speak.
Palace?
Yeah, her cosplay character is a princess. She's very dedicated. Uncle Hajime clears his throat.
Ah, how lovely. Does your friend have a name?
Erilynn opens her mouth, but I interrupt before she can speak. This is Erilynn. Shut up, woman. I told you not to speak. No one cares about your long-ass named title. She glares at me, which I ignore. She's a part of the homestay program and just arrived. Mina furrows her brow.
You mean that program our neighbors did? Isn't she supposed to be staying with them?
No, she'll be staying with us. Dad signed us up for the program before school started. Didn't he tell you?
No.
Aunt Emiko looks towards Uncle Hajime, who shakes his head.
I didn't hear about this either.
I try to play it off as no big deal, even though I'm sure they can hear the hammering in my chest. He must have forgotten to tell you. You know how they are, always forgetting things. Remember that time Dad almost left without his luggage? Uncle Hajime chuckles. Whew, good save.
That definitely sounds like your father. The amount of time he's lost his keys.
Aunt Emiko nods.
It's because they're on the road so often. Having to keep track of everything can be tough.
Seems like things are going well so far. So, Aerolyn can stay, right?
Yes, of course.
She turns towards Aerolyn and offers her a warm smile.
Welcome to our home.
Erilynn is such a unique name. Where are you from?
Oh dear Christ, stop asking questions.
I am from Veldon.
Well then...
Sweden is what I think she meant to say. Thick accent. This is not going well.
Oh, of course. I'm sure Erilynn must be tired after such a long flight. Why don't we show her to the spare bedroom so she can rest?
Yes, we'll have plenty of time for questions later.
Great! I'll show her to the room. Aerolyn nods to my family before following me upstairs. We go down the hall and I lead her into the guest room. I gently shut the door while she inspects the room. This is where you'll be staying.
Where's the rest of it?
I beg your pardon? This is it. She looks around again.
Well, at least it's clean.
Thank you. That's probably the closest to a compliment she can give. She steps over to the bed and delicately hops on. A thoughtful expression crosses her face as she tries out a few experimental bounces. I'll let you get some rest, and we can revisit what to do in the morning. But before I go, I want to make sure you understand that while you're stuck here with me, you're Erilynn, the international student from Sweden. Got it? She frowns.
You want me to pretend to be a commoner?
We need to keep a low profile. Think of it as a chance to be a better ruler. If you don't like it, you can leave. I'm gonna go with that option too. It sounds a lot like Aladdin here. You know, Jasmine went in amongst the commoners just to see how they lived. Erilynn should do the same. Think of it as an opportunity to explore how the other half lives. Erilynn wrinkles her nose.
And why would I do that?
As a princess, your subjects are all commoners, aren't they?
Naturally.
How can you be well-liked, respected, and effective ruler if you don't understand their struggles?
My subjects already respect me.
Why?
Because
Her voice trails off. I grin. Remember that scoreboard from earlier? Put another point in there for Sylar because that's another one for me. Just think of your popularity if you can actually connect with them. Show them you understand and are there for your people. She pauses, mulling over my words.
I suppose a learning opportunity couldn't hurt.
I nod. That should help make things easier. Erilynn glances expectantly at me.
That will be all then.
Right. I leave her room and return to mine, stifling a yawn. It's been a very long evening, and all I want to do right now is sleep. I rehearse how to explain Erilynn's presence, then get my things in order for school tomorrow. Afterwards, I get ready for bed. With a grateful sigh, I fall into my bed, wrapping the blankets around me, and doze off into a blissful sleep. Yes, the end of the day music from Crystallyn's in here. I like it. I hope it's not a placeholder. It's fantastic. A sharp knock on my door jerks me out of my sleep. What? There's a pause before another flurry of knocks erupt. What time is it? Who's being so loud this early in the morning? I flip off my blankets and head for the door. It must be Mina. She's always waking me up. Although, she doesn't normally knock and will just barge right in. At least she's finally learned how to be civilized. When I pull open the door, Erilynn stands face to face with me. Her head is held high as she looks at me, her hands on her hips.
Finally.
What are you doing? Do you know what time it is?
Yes, it's 8 a.m., which is preposterously late.
I crane my neck and confirm with my clock. Oh, crap. I've got to get ready for school. Why didn't Mina wake me? I'm about to shut the door on her when she stops me.
Wait, I've something important to ask you.
You've piqued my interest. What is it?
Where is my breakfast?
This girl. Did you check downstairs? What am I? Your servant? Close the door again. Did you check downstairs? Yeah, did you check downstairs? Nah, actually. What am I, your servant? I'm gonna let her know that I'm just not any old commoner. Probably with the rest of the food.
Why wasn't it brought into my bedroom?
She gives me a pointed look. I don't know why she keeps staring at me like that. Do I look like your servant? She blinks.
Yes, that's why I'm asking you.
I kind of walked into that, didn't I? Well, I'm not. You can get it yourself. Erilynn stares at me as if I've just sprouted a second head.
Not that I would ever get it myself. However, I don't know where the kitchen is.
Oh, right. I forgot we'd rushed her into her room when coming back home last night. She didn't exactly get the grand tour. Okay, fine. Wait for me to get ready, and then I'll take you down. So I'm acting like her servant anyways. Erilynn grudgingly agrees and allows me to close the door for privacy. How gracious of her. I get ready in a hurry before meeting her by the stairs. Together, we head downstairs and I lead her into the kitchen. Sitting on the table are a stack of Aunt Emiko's Tamago Sando. I turn to Erilynn, pointing at the sandwiches. Breakfast is served. She side-eyes it suspiciously.
What is it?
I want to see you blink again. Do you not blink? What is with that blink? That is weird. They're egg salad sandwiches with ham and lettuce. I grab one and bite into it. The bread is soft and fluffy and pairs perfectly with the savory egg and salty ham. Try one. They're good. Erilynn doesn't move.
Maybe this is good enough for your kind of people, but it certainly isn't food fit for a princess. Don't you have a dish that's more refined?
I take a too big, exaggerated bite out of the sandwich. Erilynn wrinkles her nose. Nope. My kind of people only have this sort of unrefined food.
I don't think this will sit well with me.
Her stomach rumbling begs to differ. Erilynn freezes, then resumes her haughty expression.
But I suppose I can make an exception just this once.
She reaches for a sandwich and takes a dainty nibble. Her eyes grow wide and she takes another, larger bite. How is it? Erilynn looks away from me and back down at the sandwich. For some reason, her cheeks are red.
I wouldn't normally choose it, but I don't really have a choice now, do I?
Your attitude is getting very old very quick. She takes another bite, this one even bigger than the last. Sorry you don't like it. You don't have to eat it then. You're a bad liar. I'm calling her out. Erilynn tries to hide how much she likes the sandwich, but it's obvious she's enjoying it. She's already finished half of it in just a few minutes. And yet, you're almost done with it. Erilynn glances down at her hands and seems surprised by how much of the sandwich is left. Her blush deepens.
I was just hungry.
Uh-huh. Mina enters the kitchen just as we're finishing up. She's already dressed in her uniform and just as energetic as ever. As soon as she sees me, she skids to a stop.
Do my eyes deceive me? For once, is my cousin ready for school before I am?
I have two women in front of me now that I kind of just want to slap just a little bit. I can be self-sufficient too when I want to be. Mina raises a brow.
I bet Erilynn woke you up this morning, didn't she?
No. How does she know? Mina glances over at Erilynn and frowns.
Erilynn, you should change into your uniform. We'll have to go soon if you don't want to be late for school.
Whoops. I forgot that I told everyone Erilynn is an international student, which means she would theoretically be going to school with us. Erilynn's brows knit in confusion. She looks like she's about to retort, but I can't let her blurt out something contradictory. I have to think of something fast. Actually, there is an issue with her transfer paperwork. She'll be at school later today after all that's fixed. In the meantime, she'll stay here. Right, Erilynn? Yes, she actually agreed with me. I saw that head nod. I stare hard at her. She meets my gaze and then nods.
Okay, do you need any help?
She's fine. We need to get going before we're late. I usher Mina towards the door. Get out.
Okay, jeez. When did you start caring so much about school?
Just right about now, actually. I still feel the same way, but I know that you hate being late. I'm doing this for you.
Wow, so sweet.
I love that it's Lily because I can see it. I could see her saying that, and I'm sure where she lives they do that all the time. The sarcasm drips off of her voice. Regardless, I get Mina out the door. Just before I leave, I turn back to Erilynn. Don't leave the house. We'll figure something out when I'm back from school. She crosses her arms but nods. I catch up with Mina and we walk in silence for a bit. I don't know what to do about Erilynn. I've got to find a way to get her back to her home, wherever that is. And how did she even end up here? It couldn't really have been my wish, could it? No, I've made wishes at the shrine every year and nothing like this has ever happened before. It has to do with that old woman. My first step is to find her and get her to explain all of this. I'm so caught up in my thoughts that I don't notice Mina sidle up until she's right next to me.
So, what's the deal with you and this homestay program?
Huh?
You never seemed interested in it before. Why did you and your dad decide to sign up for this?
Excellent question. I wanted to broaden my horizons so I could live with a girl. I honestly don't know. It was my dad's idea. Well, new year, new horizons, I wanted to broaden them. I thought it'd be cool to meet someone from another culture. It's interesting to learn what foreigners think of Japan and compare differences and similarities. Mina looks impressed. I think she bought it.
I didn't know you were so worldly, cuz.
I didn't either.
Still, it's a little strange that your parents didn't tell my parents, you know?
You know how forgetful they can be. They're traveling so much that it's hard for them to keep straight what they did and didn't discuss.
I guess, but this is kind of a big deal, don't you think?
There's no point in dwelling on it now. You guys aren't upset, are you? Mina shakes her head.
Of course not. It's your home too. Honestly, I'm actually really excited to get to know Erilynn. It's gonna be really cool having another girl in the house. And you know how Mom and Dad are. They're probably happy to have another taste tester for Dad's experimental bread flavors.
Yeah, he comes up with some really strange combinations sometimes. Mina laughs.
I think the word you're looking for is creative.
No, I didn't stutter. I grin back at her. I'm really thankful to have such an understanding family, and I don't want to burden them any more than I already have. It's important that I find out how to send Erilynn back home. Realizing the time, Mina and I pick up the pace. There are still a lot of students milling about when we enter the courtyard. Many are chatting with their friends or finishing up any homework they didn't do. I don't spot Kosei anywhere, though. There's an equally good chance that he's either already in the classroom or even later than we are. No in between, it's either one or the other. Mina and I head up the front steps and open the heavy door, entering the school. The hallways are emptier than I expected. It's a much nicer pace than yesterday, and we soon reach the end of the hall. We arrive in class before the instructor. Kosei is already in his seat and waves us over. See? Either one or the other.
What's with the slow start today? I had to go on ahead without you.
For once, it wasn't me who was the holdup. Mina scoffs.
I was only later than you because I wasted time looking for you. Who would have guessed you'd already be downstairs?
So you're saying that it's a bad thing I was up on time?
No, you should be able to wake up on your own.
So then you are admitting that it's your fault we were late.
No, it's still your fault.
You can't have it both ways. I shoot Kosei an exasperated look. He shrugs. Miss Sato enters the classroom, quieting everyone with a greeting. She instructs us to open our textbooks and begins the morning lesson. About halfway through the lesson, the classroom door cracks open. The instructor pauses while a new student walks in. She hands Miss Sato a letter. Although she's dressed in our school uniform, I distinctly recognize that pale blonde hair. Oh God. That skirt is kinda tiny, don't you think? Hey, she let her hair down too. Interesting. Me like. My heart drops into my stomach like a lead weight when Erilynn turns to face the room. What is she doing here?
Everyone, we have a new transfer student joining our class.
She waits for Erilynn to introduce herself. Instead, she looks confused at the teacher.
Why don't you say a few words of introduction?
Erilynn looks like she's trying to remember something, then shrugs. Lifting her head high, she throws one hand on her hip. Oh no, this looks familiar. My eyes widen in horror. I feel as if I'm watching a car wreck about to happen with no way to stop it.
I am Princess Erilynn Dawn, Duchess of Velenor, 3rd heiress of Veldin.
This girl is gonna cause me so many problems. I already have a headache just thinking about it. The class is stunned into silence. Feeling Mina's questioning gaze on me, I slink into my seat, hoping to disappear from sight. Finally, Miss Sato laughs.
Oh, it appears we have a drama student. How very fun.
Sure, Miss Sato, that's exactly what it is. The class breaks into giggles and everyone relaxes after that comment. Not me. I'm still just kind of sitting there like, don't see me. Please don't see me. Please don't see me.
Please take a seat so we can resume the lessons. There's an open one towards the back of the room.
She points to the seat beside me. Without hesitation, Erilynn crosses the room and sits down. What happened to being Erilynn, the international student from Sweden? She shrugs.
These commoner titles are all so trivial. I couldn't care to remember what it was.
Jesus Christ, Erilynn, you're gonna get me in trouble. Or were you just unable to remember? She scoffs.
As if that would happen.
With a sigh, I decide not to push the issue. It can't get any worse after that introduction anyway. Thought I told you to stay in the house. What are you doing here?
I tried to stay in the house. It wasn't my fault.
Before she can say more, Misato clears her throat.
I'm sure we'd all like to welcome Miss Dawn, but class is in session.
We both fall silent. Fine, Misato, you win this time. I count down the minutes until lunch, my mind burning with questions as Misato continues class. As soon as the lunch break begins, I pull Erilynn aside. Why are you out of the house?
As I already told you, the fault is not with me. I went back into the kitchen to get more of those
She clears her throat. Yeah, that's right.
something more to eat. And your uncle saw me in there. He kept insisting that I was supposed to be in school, even though I told him otherwise.
Damn it, Uncle.
He said something about helping me with my paperwork and then walked me to the school. Do you not have automotive transportation?
We tend to walk more than drive. Exercise is good for you. We do. We tend to walk more than we drive. We do, of course, but it's mainly used for long distances. People tend to walk whenever possible, and since we live so close to the school, there's no point in driving. A little surprised she didn't come back with some sort of retort, but also very glad that she didn't. But going back to the original point.
I was getting to it. Your uncle talked to the school and they figured out my transfer and then forced me to dress up in these horrible clothes before sending me here.
She fidgets with her outfit. I can't help but notice the way her shirt clings to her and how the few secured buttons strain to remain closed. At least you'll fit in better now. You should take a deep breath. You missed a button. Yeah, at least you'll fit in better now. On the bright side, at least you can fit in more this way.
I've tried to fit in as much as I can, but the buttons just won't stay.
Not what I meant, but not no. A blush sears my cheeks. That wasn't exactly what I meant. Well, it seems like you're stuck coming to school after all. Mina scoots over to us.
Erilynn, you're here. I thought you weren't coming in until later.
Erilynn looks over to me. Must I do everything here? I guess everything was sorted faster than anticipated. Mina raises a brow.
If she just had to finish up some paperwork, we could have taken her to the administrative office this morning.
I didn't think of that then. I didn't think she'd be coming to school at all this morning. It doesn't matter anymore. She's here now. Mina nods, then flashes Aerolyn a smile.
Next time you need help with something, you can come to me. If you wait on this guy
I'm gonna... She jabs a thumb at my direction.
to figure things out, you'll be waiting forever. And it'll still end up being a complicated mess.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. Aerolyn giggles.
Yes, I can already see that.
She shoots me an unimpressed look, then stands to her feet, looking back at Mina with another smile.
In that case, would you be so kind as to tell me where the restroom is?
Mina perks up.
Of course! It'll be easier if I show you. Come with me.
Thank you.
Mina grins back, and the two of them head out. As I lean back in my chair and wonder about the situation, Kosei slides into the newly vacant seat.
You and that new girl were talking for a long time.
His tone is almost accusatory. I'm surprised he didn't jump in earlier, but I'm sure it's because he was too busy scoping and eavesdropping first.
A long time.
What are you getting at, bud? Sure, it was only for a few minutes. Don't be jelly. Why does it matter? Hey, don't be jelly, bro. I smirk. Are you jealous?
Me? Jealous? Of course not. Clearly she's only talking to you because you two sit next to each other. I bet if she had sat next to me, then it would have played differently. I mean, who could resist all of this?
Really, dude? You think that's how it's gonna go down? Really? He slicks back his hair, wearing an impish grin. I laugh. Whatever you say, bro.
Hey.
Hi? She's approached me. The waifu has noticed me. What do I do? Startled, I glance behind me and see Kara hovering nearby. Kosei's eyes widen like saucers. Hi.
Hey, Kira!
She glances at Kosei.
Oh, hello.
Then she turns back to me.
Are you free after school today?
Yeah, I think so. What's up?
I was hoping we could meet in the courtyard to talk.
You and me? Why wait when we can do it now? Wonder what this is about. This is what I'm curious. What is this about? I have no idea what she could want to talk about with me. We don't even know each other at all. But I guess there's only one way to find out what she wants. Sure. Kira nods.
I'll see you then.
As soon as she's done speaking, she leaves and exits the classroom. Kira really is a girl of few words. Kosei slumps hard into his seat.
Are you kidding me right now? Erilynn and now Kira too? She doesn't even sit next to you!
Kosei's not the only one who's noticed. I feel the eyes of my classmates on me too. The shimmer of whispers slowly begins. They must be wondering the same thing as Kosei, which is the same thing I'm wondering. Pongo, buddy, do you know what's going on? Because I really don't. It's just a coincidence. The heart wants what the heart wants. I never asked for this. Guess they could resist all that after all. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I grin. Maybe you should have given them a little bit more of that. Mimicking his earlier movement, I slick my hands through my hair. Kosei frowns.
I gave them all of that and they still didn't bite.
I think I know what you were doing wrong.
What?
You aren't me. Scoreboard again. This time, Sylar 1, Kosei 0. Thank you. He flops onto the floor.
This is it. I'm dead.
Okay, that one was good. Kosei, get up, dude. You're embarrassing the both of us.
Nope. Can't. Too dead. This is my life now.
Why am I friends with you again? I don't notice the girls return until Mina calmly steps over Kosei.
Is Kosei having a crisis again?
It seems like it.
Why is the world so cruel? How come my best friend gets all the girls and I can't even get one?
Following Mina's lead, Aerolon daintily hops over him. Being ignored a second time seems to spur something within him. His eyes widen.
Wait a minute. I, the best friend?
Yes, you are, dude. Yes, you are.
And he's the MC?
Yeah. Kosei glances over to me, then laughs.
What am I thinking? Of course not. How could I be relegated to the comic relief?
Very easily. Just ask Dishu.
No, I won't take this lying down.
Well, you're kinda lying down. So there's that. There's a new fire in his eyes as he peels himself off of the ground.
I, Kosei Nakahara, am the MC of this story.
Quit trying to be Deadpool and break the fourth wall.
You hear that, world?
Just then, the instructor enters the room.
Hear what, Mr. Nakahara?
Busted.
Nothing.
That's right. Sit down, shut the hell up, go back to class. Kosei and the rest of us take our seats. I'm glad he was able to work through whatever that was. He looks even more determined than ever. The instructor begins to write on the blackboard.
I hope you all enjoyed your break. Now we'll begin our next lesson.
Yes, Miss Sato. I don't want him. You can't make me. Finally, classes are finished and school is over for the day. I quickly pack up my things and get ready to head out. I'm about to tell Erilynn about my meeting when Mina comes up to me.
Hey, wait up! Aren't we all walking home together?
Sorry, I've got to go meet somebody. You and Erilynn can head home together.
Oh, okay. Who are you meeting?
Kira. Mina looks more surprised than necessary.
Really? How did that happen?
It's a long story. Kosei will tell you about it. I'll meet you at home. She turns to Kosei.
talking about?
Kosei sighs deeply.
Don't even get me started. I've got to get to work.
While Mina goes to get Erilynn, I take the opportunity to slip out and head outside. Kira waits for me in the courtyard in front of the school. She looks over and nods when I approach. I nod back, but begin to feel uneasy under her stare. Maybe we should get this over with. What is it that you wanted to talk about? She takes a deep breath.
At the shrine, I saw everything.
You did now, did you? Well, I might be in a bit of trouble here. It's not what you think. You should have joined in. Define everything. Define everything. I wonder what she actually saw. What do you mean by everything? She hesitates, finding her words.
I saw Aerolon drop out of the sky and land on you.
Okay, so you did see everything? Oh, well, that about sums it up, actually. Kira taps her chin in thought.
What I can't figure out is that weird thing I saw in the sky.
What weird thing? She shakes her head.
I don't know. It had weird shapes and seemed to glow. I've never seen it before, and then a moment later, Aerolon fell.
I think back to last night. Did I notice anything in the sky? It was all so sudden. I wonder if that's the ethereal energy the old woman was talking about. She blinks.
What's ethereal energy?
The fuck if you got mine? I have no idea. It was something the old lady mentioned. Did you see her? Kira looks at me blankly. She was kind of pushy about making a wish and said something about the ethereal energy and the astral continuum alignment. She shakes her head.
None of that sounds familiar.
So you didn't see everything. I think she's involved in this. That thing in the sky might be something she created, or at least something she knows about. I need to go back to the shrine to find her. I wonder if I should ask Kira to join me. She's not really a part of this mess, and I don't want to involve her more than necessary, but a part of me is relieved that she knows. Would you be willing to go with me? Kira hesitates. I don't like that look. I'll need your help describing whatever was in the sky if we do find the old woman. Plus, since you were there last night, you might remember something I missed. After a moment, she nods. Truth be told, I'm glad for her help. It's easier to carry the secret between two people rather than just one. Let's go back to the shrine tomorrow afternoon and see if she's there.
Sure.
We exchange numbers and finalize the details. Then Kira checks the time on her phone.
I have to go now, but I'll meet you tomorrow.
Sure. We say our goodbyes and I begin the walk back home. When I walk through the door, I hear Erilynn and Mina talking. I hope Erilynn's not saying anything to blow her cover. Hustling, I kick off my shoes and hurry into the living room. Both girls sit on the couch. Erilynn has a lock of her hair in her hands, and Mina compares her own hair beside it. They glance at me as I step in.
Oh, hi, cuz. Welcome back.
Thanks. What are you two up to?
I was just asking Erilynn how she gets her hair so shiny.
Got it.
It's from the hair mask I use.
Hair mask?
Erilynn nods.
That's right. The one I use is made out of egg yolks and a few drops of lemon juice. I let it sit in my hair for exactly 20 minutes before washing it out with cool water.
Mina's eyes pop.
Huh? That actually works?
See for yourself.
Erilynn smiles and runs her fingers through her hair again. Mina stares impressed. She wistfully strokes her own hair.
Do you think that would work on mine?
This now just went from being really confused and just why am I listening to this to adorable.
Absolutely. It would work on anyone's hair.
She shifts on the couch and touches one of Mina's short locks.
Your natural hair is already very healthy and pretty. If we just give it a little touch-up, we can get it to shine even more.
Look, they're becoming friends. How cute. I've never seen Mina get so excited about this girly stuff before, but her smile turns radiant.
Aww, that sounds like so much fun. We should have a girls' night sometime so you can show me how to do it.
Erilynn blinks.
A girls' night?
Yeah.
After a moment, Erilynn matches Mina's grin.
That could be fun.
Glad they're bonding. Can I get onto this action? Is that a beauty product or breakfast? I'm just glad they're bonding. To be honest, it's nice to see Erilynn and Mina getting closer. I'm sure Erilynn appreciates being able to do something familiar in this world. Sounds like you guys are gonna have a great time. Mina nods.
Yep.
Mina smiles at Erilynn and tilts her head.
Do you use any other beauty products?
Oh yes, my skincare routine is essential.
Erilynn counts off on her fingers.
I use a face mask at least 3 times a week. There's also cleanser, moisturizer, toner.
Mina's eyes widen.
That sounds so complicated. I had no idea there was so much to do. I just wash my face with soap.
That's important too. What kind of soap?
The same one I used to wash my body?
Erilynn chokes.
What? You can't do that!
Huh? Why?
Because that's how you dry out your face! Body soap and face soap are completely different.
Horror settles over Mina's face.
It is?
Of course it is! Body soap strips your skin of healthy oils, and your face is so delicate and cute. Please change your habits now before it's too late.
My face is cute?
Mina touches her face, looking surprised.
Very much so.
A touch of pink colors Mina's cheeks as she grins from ear to ear.
That's so nice of you, Erilynn.
I'm only stating the truth. Luckily, I'm here now to teach you everything I know.
Oh, so this is working out for someone. I feel a little bit like I'm intruding on a moment. Maybe I should leave you to it. Both of them glance at me as if remembering I'm still here. Yeah, Erilynn's face says GTFO.
Oh, we're not going to do any of that right now. We're saving it for girls' night.
Erilynn nods. Mina shifts to face me.
In fact, now that you're home, we should visit Kosei at his new job.
That is an excellent idea, and we're going to do that next time. I'm going to end the episode here. Quite a bit's happening. Got to take it all in. At least Erilynn's somewhat getting along with everybody, which is a good thing, but we'll see how this goes. As always, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to let me know by hitting that like button down below or leaving a comment. It really does help me out. If you're new to the channel, or have not done so already, make sure to unleash your power by hitting the subscribe button down below today as well and ringing that little bell. And I will see all you heroes in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.